fantastic musician, international sensation when it comes to writing. His music has made waves across Sri Lanka and the world. SankhaB.
I feel like I haven't released enough music. We do not see the world like in a linear fashion. I had to just like sit down and delete 9,000 followers from my Instagram one by one. I think right now, I think TikTok and YouTube combination is the best that I have seen. It's the easiest I have seen. Whatever music you do anywhere, whatever creation that you create, if you put the intention of the life-changing energy that's inside you into your work, then lives will change.
Yeah. You being a songwriter and musician, what are your thoughts on where we're heading in the future? Welcome back to another episode of I'm No Expert. Today's a really cool day because I get to have my good friend, a fantastic musician, international sensation when it comes to writing. His music has made waves across Sri Lanka and the world. SankhaB.
Yo, how's it going?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
man.
nice to be here finally.
Yes, at our humble little studios here at I'm No Expert. It's awesome to have another Sri Lankan that has literally done amazing things outside of Sri Lanka, around the world, but also implementing change here in the music industry here in Sri Lanka.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's the deal here in Sri Lanka for the people, the international audience listening in?
Yeah.
When they listen to Sri Lankan music, it's so diverse. There's so many different kinds of music. The one famous one being Baila.
Yeah.
But Baila is not really ours, or is it?
No. It's we kind of made it ours, but I think it was the Portuguese. It's such a Eastern European plus like even South American kind of rhythm,
right?
And then we in South Asia we still have those rhythms in us,
right?
And then I think apart from lampreis, that's something. Oh no, that's burgers. I don't know.
That is burgers. Yeah, the burgers gave us lampreis. Lampreis is essentially great rice and curry, but rice wrapped in banana leaf, and it's like a burger, Dutch burger tradition.
Yeah,
it's fantastic food. Man, Sri Lankans have good food.
Mm-hmm.
We have great food.
Yeah.
So music that we have, we're influenced by so many different regions of music. Like we have Baila, we also have like our traditional Sinhalese music, there's Tamil music, and these things are growing in different ways today.
Yes.
Like you being a songwriter and musician, what are your thoughts on where we're heading in the future?
Right now we're going through like this huge wave of adapting Tamil Kollywood music.
Nice.
At the moment, so like everyone, it's still that Baila 6/8 rhythm.
Yeah.
But it's like a little bit of a slowed down, more dancey, gritty, more of, I don't know how to talk. Like, you heard these what do you call these festivals? These Hindu festivals where they have like the Kavadi and this like super energetic music playing. So that genre or that style of music is really well adapted in the Kollywood and like the Tamil music in movie industry.
Yeah.
So that we have caught on to that, and we are doing some great work here. Yeah. Almost every song that comes out with that kind of rhythm and with a good name behind it gets like very, very popular.
Yeah.
And one of our artists' songs was adapted in a Tamil movie.
Oh, which one's
recently? I can't remember the artist name.
So we made it into...
Yeah, it's just crazy how it has gone 360 where we adapted the music culture from Kollywood, and then Kollywood now has taken... Wait, I will get you the...
Well, I mean, while you're looking for that, it's... I have noticed sound kind of pick up. Like, for example, Sri Lankan Priya Raghu and her brother. I believe his handle is Japna Boy. Fantastic work. Like, I'm listening to it and I'm really feeling like soul and like it's just culture so ingrained in that music. It feels new, it feels fresh.
Yeah.
And they're really taking it, I mean, international. I mean, she's blowing up so fast right now. She just finished her American tour, I think.
Nice.
And she's like just making it big in Europe now.
I tried to slide into her DMs, but still nothing. She still hasn't.
She's fantastic. I think she just collaborated with Skrillex, right?
Oh yeah,
With Taka.
that's so much energy in that song, man. You just wanted
fire.
like
That should be our
I
next
don't know.
anthem.
Yeah,
That has to be our next anthem. But okay, so I mean, music is great.
yes.
But there's also like this backing with obviously lyrics is super important. You have to you can tell from a person that doesn't like really pay too much attention to like music. I can listen to something and tell you, oh, that wasn't deep. There's no energy in there. And then there's music with a lot of energy, and you produce a lot of music that has that thing that we can't really describe,
hopefully.
which I think comes a lot from your writing.
Yeah.
You write a lot of songs. Like you are famous. One of the most famous songs that show up whenever somebody Googles you is
Chandrian
Pidu, right? And that's the song from Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy's music.
Right, but you wrote that song.
Yes.
And you helped them kind of get that into what it is.
Yeah.
today.
Well, I mean, at the time, the famous song of theirs was this song called Mage Masina, right? And there's another song called SMS and Borukari. Yeah, I think that was the name, right? Yeah. And then so every member of the band got a song, and this was Viresh's song. This was the guitarist's song.
Yeah.
Right. So we didn't like think too much about it. Right. He said, I have this melody. He sent it to me, and the only direction he gave me was, Machang, I'm gonna say it in Sinhalese and then I'll translate it for you. He said, Kella hambenna issalla kolla charter, Kella hambunan passe kolla awesome. And that's like the only thing. So basically he said before he got the girl, he was a loser.
Yeah.
But then after he got the girl, he was just like the man.
Right.
And that's all he gave me. That's like all that
That
I
was
had
the
to-
gist of the song.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
basically the gist of the song. And then, but his melody was beautiful, and he gave me a lot of Viresh. He gave me a lot of freedom.
Right.
That was the second song I've ever written in Sinhalese.
Right.
And then I was so excited. I remember like cutting lectures at Royal Institute and just like, ooh, plug.
You went to RI.
Cut that out.
Yeah.
And so I remember just like writing it on the bus, it was such a thrill,
Yeah.
right? And then we released it, didn't think too much about it. And then I went for a worship conference in India with from WOW.
Yeah.
And
that's the church that we go to.
Yeah, the church that we go. And I sang that song to these people that in India who did not understand Sinhalese. And they were just like, Sankha, this song, it wasn't a hit or anything like that. And they were like, Sankha, this song is going to be a hit. You have to understand. We feel it. We don't understand this thing. It's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
We understand it in the spirit. It's going to be huge. And I was just like, okay. Like, I was like, fine.
Yeah.
Came back. I just asked Viresh, can you just give me the rights for this? Like, I would really like to own it. And it was such not a non-hit that he was just like considering it. And then 6 months later, it just blew up, right? And everyone kind of like knew the song. Everyone
It's playing
was
in the
singing along.
buses. It's playing in tuk-tuks. It's playing in like
Yeah.
stadiums. It's everywhere.
Yeah, this guy sending me videos of like he doesn't even have to sing the song. It's like 10,000, 50,000 people singing the song, and I was just like, what did we do?
That's crazy.
And it just flew. It was crazy. It was just like a phenomenon. And like since very recently, it was always in like the top 100 streamed songs on iTunes. I don't know. I haven't checked recently, but it's a crazy.
It's a timeless piece.
So
what does Chandrian Pidu mean?
So I write songs. I write it not so that not like line by line. I kind of like try to create the moment.
Okay.
Create the vibe.
Yeah.
So it's like even you who like don't understand Sinhalese.
Yeah.
You kind of like feel the song, right?
Absolutely.
When you read it. Yeah. So when you listen to it. So it's just like Chandra and Pidu, Kiranak, Sangavala, Horen. So it's like entire, just all the Chandra and Pidu, Kiranak, Sangavala, Horen, Varnavat Kale, Mage, Sihine, Obe, Namin. So that entire line is just like one line.
Yeah.
It just says that you stole a ray of moonlight and brightened up my dreams.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's such a Sinhalese is such a beautiful language.
Yeah.
And
Could you sing this? Are you allowed to sing the song?
Yeah.
Could you sing just
Chandriyan pitu kiranak sangwala horen varnavat kale mage sihine obe namin laguruwe kandulal vinduya kisemin ඔබ ගැන ආසනේ හසමුදු පවනේ රැඳි සිසිලක් ලෙසින් ඔබ මාහද පුබුදු කළේ.
That was sick.
Yeah.
That's the first here. We've never had anybody sing, so that's the first for us.
Nice.
That's really cool. Like I get what you mean. It's the same thing with me in films, right?
Yeah.
If I can make you like brand films or commercials, if I can make you feel something, I think I've done a good job.
Exactly.
If I can't make you feel something, then I need to go back to the drawing board. And exactly that.
And that's the thing with creatives. That's what we strive for, because we do not see the world like in a linear fashion. We see it with like all these facets, and all, like when I'm looking at this glass, I'm just thinking about all the stories that the glass has heard and seen, and all the lips that touch it, like everything. That's how I see the world, right? And we are always striving for people to understand us, I feel.
Absolutely.
And like it's just very it's that kind of like dance that we do with everyone who listens to our music or watches our creations, and we're just like always wondering, like, will they understand what I've been trying to say, what I'm trying to tell them, what I'm trying to show? And it's just, and it's heartbreaking in modern times, mostly because likes and views are the thing that kind of like converts to success at the moment. So it's a bit, it's tough. I mean, for you, it's just, for you with brand films, you're just like, okay, the brand knows my value and understands me artistically, and now they've like paid me this amount of money to kind of like do like represent their product or their service through my eyes and my lens, and that's amazing. And that's what I'm trying to get to with my advertising work and stuff as well. But with music, it's kind of like a hit or miss thing, and you put your heart and soul into something, and then people just don't get it. And
I don't think it's the people, because if we were to, that's the thing about social media, is that you can get real-time feedback on whether your song is a hit or a miss if you put it out there, right? That's what the one thing that I think that socials has given us, that power to, like, I can put any working draft if I chose to. I've never done it, but I would get feedback instantly. It'd be like, that's not your best. Like, and I feel like that is a good thing and a bad thing, because then you're trying to like please what other people want.
That's the thing. And the thing is, and you and I are not fighting against you're not fighting only against music, or I'm not fighting only against only with the music, like in your film. We're fighting against every single thing. We're fighting against somebody like, setting a fart on fire. It's like, it's
that's what's viral.
Exactly, right? And then you're just like, I'm just trying to explain to me how my heart broke and this guy was it.
There's this fantastic like there's a marketing stint. I think it's a boy band,
right?
That just basically, it's a couple of good looking young guys walking down the street, and they look at the camera, and that's the video, and it's and they keep doing that over and over and over again until their song gets so trending and trending as part of like the Instagram algorithm, that everyone's like, oh, I know that song because I've heard that key chorus over and over again. And so then there's this guy from the Philippines, hilarious. He's got no front teeth, and he like shaves his head, and he maps himself into the video, and he's like walking with these good looking guys, and you never know until the end. And then he turns around and is like, hey, it's me. It's the gimmicks, man.
It's hilarious. I love the internet. Like, it's just like it's the only reason that I don't do anything illegal, because there's no Google in prison.
The internet is unfazed, man. Like they like, it really keeps upping the levels of craziness. So like with your music, you've not only done massive hits here in Sri Lanka. Like, I saw a video of like kids in school just like chiming into one of the songs that you produced.
Yeah.
What? Tell me about that.
That was this song called Dayas Kinangi. It's a song called Dayas, but then everyone knows it as Dayas Kinangi.
Okay.
So it was written for a band called Freeze.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like very very close with me. They're friends of mine, and they wanted to do some originals, and I told them, listen, don't do one song, I'll write 3 songs for you, because then you have a better chance. Like I always tell people, music industry is a war. Your talent is your gun, and the amount of songs that you have are your bullets. So however, if you have more bullets in a war, you win, right? So then so they're like, okay, cool, 3 songs. I wrote 3 songs for them, and this particular song, all my songs I write part fiction, part reality. Like, so that song was about a guy going to a friend's wedding and getting a girl.
Okay.
Right. So I have gone to friend's wedding. That was the truth. That was like the reality. The fiction was getting a girl. Right. So yeah. So I was just random. Right. I was just writing it because they wanted me to write songs for them to play at weddings, because they were a wedding band.
Right.
And so I told them, okay, I'll write you 1 reggae, 1 baila, and 1 song like, have you heard Lunu Dehi, Feeling Hot, that kind of like, that kind of rhythm. And I was just writing it. Just took my guitar, just riffed some stuff, and then I was just like, okay, they're going to sing this at a wedding. So then, okay, let's just write it about somebody who's going to a wedding. And so the interesting part is that the most viral part of that song is this thing that goes right? So basically it's that moment where the guy sees his friend's sister, his little sister, and then he's like, oh my god, like, she's so hot. And everyone's like, who's this Dayas, blah blah. And like what I tell everyone is that I never intended that part to be anything.
Yeah.
It was just like, I just wrote the verse, and then I got the melody to the chorus, and I was like, how am I gonna go from the verse to the chorus? And then I was like, oh, it'll be really cool if I had some tabla here. And I was like, like like that break, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I was just like, ta 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 dun dun da. Oh, that's really nice. And then suddenly I was like, Dayas skin. Oh, that'll work. And I was just like, right?
Yeah.
And then that just like, everyone just caught on to that, and it just went crazy.
Yeah.
And now it's like 22 million hits on YouTube. Yeah. And those guys are doing like marvelously well. And they're so thankful.
You're a hit maker, man.
Finding your next nutrient-dense meal is really tough when you're on the road or you're working really long hours during filmmaking season or whatever it is that you're doing. KION has been with me since day one with its essential amino acids or its whey protein. I'm feeling great 100% while I'm on the road. So if you want to check him out, hit him up on KION.com. The link is in the description below, or use the coupon code Jason plus KION for your goodness on your next basket. Would it be a goodness basket? It's a goodness basket. KION.com.
Yeah.
Accept it. I think you are. I think you are one of the most talented people that can literally shape a musician's future.
Oh, that's
and that's the truth. There are people that have definitely gained from working with you, me included, with some of the stuff that we've done together for sure. So tell me about. So you're blowing up with the music stuff here in Sri Lanka, but then you're also doing stuff, writing music for people outside of Sri Lanka. Like you're doing some international music. You've been writing, is it right? Ghost writing? No.
Yeah, I was ghost writing. Thank God throughout COVID.
Right.
Because one of my friends had some connections in Canada, Toronto, and then so I was writing. So I had to write like about 10 songs a month for these people, for this record label.
Yeah.
And then it was like this pool of songwriters where they just collect music and then they sell it to different people, different artists. And so, but before that, I about the Andrea Martin song,
right?
And this Shut Up and Kiss Me. So For those who don't know, Andrea Martin is the lady who wrote "You Got to Show Me Love," and she's this crazy songwriter. It's just like amazing songwriter. And unfortunately, she passed away 2 years ago. That song, I don't know if you know, but like it was supposed to be life changing for me, and it was in a completely different way because there's this guy who was like my brother who like really thought, like I really thought that he was just like on the same page, and I thought he was on my side, and it was just like he's the one who set everything up for me to do this, but then just like took money from me. So $15,000 later, I'm just with this song which has like just like filled my Instagram with like fake followers. It was just crazy. I thought I was actually paying for like Hollywood marketing, but I was paying like Hollywood marketing prices for like Sri Lankan advertising. So basically what he was doing is taking like thousands of dollars from me and getting me like fake profile followers. I had to just like sit down and delete 9,000 followers from my Instagram one by one. Have you tried doing that?
No,
it's crazy.
That's insane.
It's
so you got played out by this guy.
I got played out by this guy. I still have the song to show. I still have like about 500,000-600,000.
Is it on Spotify right now?
Yeah, hits on Spotify.
So, but it's not Andrea Martin singing it.
It is. It's her. It's her
song.
I spoke to her. It's my song because I was in touch with her family when she passed away and stuff, right? But it could have been so much more.
Hey, dude, it's never like it's not. It could have been. There's a potential of that just like blowing up. Like music from the 80s is starting to pick up again, right? There's like Gen Z. What's the whatever the next generation after Gen Z? Like everyone's like going back in time and they're like, oh, that's sick. That's fire. That's hot. Let's bring that back into like new music. So I would say no. I really think so. I think just as long as it's out there, it'll get picked up again.
Because it was such a good song, and I produced the whole thing. She and I collaborated on the lyrics, and she and the melody. I was so proud of that song. I'm still so proud of that song. But it's just that I just freaking met this guy's family.
I know.
And I slept on his couch.
Well, I mean, going into that dark space of the music industry. Like that, I mean, that's, I would say pretty, I wouldn't say as common, but internationally, it's like you can get played out, you can get, you can be lured in and like,
survival of the fittest.
Is that the same that we would potentially face in Sri Lanka, or is Sri Lanka a little bit more tame?
No, I just feel like Sri Lanka is more status driven than money driven, and like everyone, like a lot of people have like very petty things that they do to get ahead. But there's not a lot of money in the industry. There is like some people do like funnel. They leverage their fame to do other stuff as well. Right, but here there is a cutthroat industry market at some point. Like you keep going higher and higher, and then there is like a place where you would have that there might be like level guardians and people like that. I've recently just got exposed to like some really ugly can I say shit in
okay. You can say whatever you want.
Very very ugly shit about recently. I don't know if you've seen like some stuff going on the internet. I don't really want to talk about it because it's like you think you know somebody, right? And it's just like when as a creator, when another creator is cheated, but then like I said earlier, like likes and views run popularity. Like popularity runs the truth now, right? And when everyone is siding with the person who has done the wrong, right? And you can't just like sit back and kind of just like say, oh gosh, like, oh, let that person, it's not me, it's like, but as a creator, like it could happen to anybody, right? And yeah, I don't speak out on social media. I just like confront people. And yeah, it's hella,
Yeah, but do you think like justice does prevail at some point?
That is exactly what I commented on one of the I said karma does not choose sides, right? Like because some people believe in karma and they just like talk about spirituality and all that, but it's like
it's gonna come back. It's gonna get you.
Like nobody, unless you just like just like repent and meet Jesus in there, and then it's just like like you and me, it's just like we are aware of karma, but we are aware that there's a higher place, right?
Absolutely.
So there's always hope for anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see the dark sides, but man, you really are bringing like this lightness to the music. Like I just watched your last commercial piece, which Delon De Silva directed a commercial for Sunsilk.
Yeah.
And it gave me major girl band vibes. What was the thought behind that? That's a fantastic piece.
Yeah. That was the brief was Blackpink, that Korean female band, and then me and my bro Adisha Beats, he's a producer, shout out to him. Him and I were just like sitting there. First it was who's the boy Korean band?
J5.
No, the other one. Behind the BTS.
BTS.
I always
Smooth like butter.
Yes. So first it was that, and then we did this completely different piece for that, and that sounded fire. We loved it, but then they needed more energy. Then they said Blackpink, and then that was what came out of it. So now advertising agencies, few of the advertising agencies know my previous work, and they kind of like understand where I come from and like my expertise in arrangements and producing and composing music. So I got like a lot of freedom in even suggesting some like word changes and like different phrasings and all that.
So the market is being open to hearing new ways of presenting a brand. And when I looked at that piece, I loved it. I thought it was great for Sri Lanka to have like a piece like that out. Overall, great job for Sunsilk for even trusting to take that step. When you look at it, I thought about it for a second. I was like, wow, that would be really cool if that was an actual all-girl band.
Yeah,
which we don't have here.
We have I think we have a couple of couple of girl bands. One's called Kochi. They're performing a lot. They're doing a lot of stuff here, and they recently did a really, really good song. I saw it. They just like, and they're very, very energetic bunch of girls. And I can't remember the other. I think there's like a couple that have tried, and there's like a male. There's like an all male boy group as well. Do you remember the name of those guys? Sorry. No, that's a band. No. Recently they did this song with Rainy. Anyway,
do you know who it is?
Rainy and Pussy. They're quite good. They have like a really good they have a very good image, and they're trying something, and that's something that's really, really, really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So and then there's like this Daft Punk ripoff called Pop Punk as well, and they're just like wearing the helmets, trying to do the same style of music, and they're killing it as well.
Yeah,
like they're killing it as well, because that kind of that is just like that universal music style that Daft Punk introduced to the world, and if it's working in Sri Lanka, that means they've succeeded. Like they've done really, really well, and then these two guys are just like they've just taken it and running with it.
Yeah, that is interesting. That you could, but you can only get to a certain level of it, is what I would think.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to cross over to any other country by doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. The guys listening to this right now would be like, they'll be like, dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Let me prove you wrong. And like they end up being like a success. They could, I mean, it literally, like that. I've heard so many people talk about, like me at the start as well. And I'm just like, okay, there. All right.
Let me show you.
Let me show you. And I hope no disrespect, but I hope the people listening to it fully understand that.
If you guys need if you guys need motivation to succeed in life, pay me 100,000 rupees. I'll go on podcast and badmouth you guys. Business model.
Yeah. Actually, you should charge a bit more. But yeah. Fair enough. So you're doing this stuff here in Sri Lanka. You've done this stuff internationally, and you're starting to produce here with commercials, with brands, and you're going to the commercial sphere. But are you yourself pursuing your career as a musician, like as a solo musician?
Yes, the whole plan at the start of 2024 was to maybe release 4 or 5. Actually, I wanted to release a song a month, but then that was just like impossible. And then so I did a song called Anuragin in November.
Yep.
And then that got like really hyped up on TikTok, and then it got caught to the YouTube algorithm as well, and that's done like about 960,000 at the moment.
Nice.
Just the video.
Yeah.
And then there's like this topic thing. I didn't even know there's like the YouTube topic thing where they just like take the audio. If a lot of people are searching for a certain song, they take the audio and take the album art, and then they just like put the audio out as well. And you can combine all this. So that also has like 867,000 views. So it's like altogether it's about 1.8, 1.6, 1.7 million.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that went really well. And I realized a lot of things about TikTok with that.
Yeah.
And like the different ecosystems that TikTok has, and like anything can work on TikTok.
Right. Yeah, because I mean there's so many great platforms to get your music out there. But from your experience, what has been like, considering the recent success on TikTok, would you say like because you have like fantastic music. Like I remember watching the music video that you had where you're kind of walking in reverse, and that was a pretty famous
that was a
song.
KION. Yeah.
Right, that's super famous.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are seeing you in different stages of your life, and they're like, I know you, you were in that, and so. What have you seen that has been like a stable growth in terms of your music, and which platform that you've used?
Oh man, I feel like I feel like I haven't released enough music because there's like a lot of things that went on at the start of my career that got me really disheartened, and then I was hiding a lot behind songwriting, and I was just like, okay, putting my name out there, putting my face out there was a little like scary, and then I just like completely shied away. But I think right now I think TikTok and YouTube combination is the best that I have seen. It's the easiest I have seen. Like if you look at TikTok in a way where, so we scroll TikTok, right? And if you think about scrolling TikTok as you watching something on TV, right? And then your TikToks that you do are the advertisements that come in between, right? So the more TikToks that you do and the more creative that you get, and you capture the audience, and then they watch the whole entire 20, 30, 40 seconds of it, and then that feeds the algorithm. And then the more things that you do of the same thing, like you can't be ashamed of just like trying something that works, right? So you do the same thing, different scenarios. And in TikTok, what happens is there are different ecosystems, like the different audiences of people that grab your song and then make it famous, right? That's what I experienced with, say, if you have a good song, if you have something that you believe in, just go for it. But you have to put your face in. You have to put your face. You have to create something that's unique. You have to do some research on to see what works. I'm no expert.
I'm no expert.
Ta-da! It's a plug. This is a paid advertisement. On TikTok, because I only had like one success at the moment,
Right.
But what I realized is that there is like a very, very, very accessible platform on TikTok, because TikTok is always about they give you free promotion. They push your videos out to 200-300 people without you even trying, and they give you the first 100 for free, right? And then if that works, then it just goes. And then that algorithm feeds into the YouTube algorithm. YouTube algorithm just like blows it up. And right now, that's what I have seen that works for me. So that's what I'm going to use for my future releases as well. Get on any it's any social media platform that you understand.
Yeah.
Right. So I see TikTok the way I see TikTok, and like you can do anything. Some people are killing it, like Eric is killing it on Instagram.
Eric Heinrichs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Money Heinrichs, yeah.
Eric and Money Heinrichs,
Yeah.
They're fantastic. Hopefully we'll have them on the show sometime.
Yeah.
So you also lead worship at church, which
Yeah.
Wow Life Church. So tell me about that. Like, when were you always a Christian? Were you?
I was born a Catholic.
Okay.
And then I became an atheist because I was born a Catholic. Oh my God, it was so boring, right? And especially me, I'm just like self-diagnosed. I don't know. I'm just about to go get checked to see if I have ADHD, because it's just like I fit all the criteria. Right. And so for somebody like me, when I was small, I was fidget, right? I could not stay in one place. And then you're just like, okay, no, it's okay. And then and I would look outside the church, and my cousin would be just like playing outside.
Fair enough.
And my mom was just like very strict, and my dad was like, just like, do what your mom says.
Yeah.
And so after a while, you just start questioning stuff, and you see your friends, and you're exposed to everything else, and then so then I became and then I started following the law of attraction, and then our good friend Gantha, the stylist,
Yep.
him and I were friends, and we spoke about, so I didn't have anyone to talk to about spirituality, and then he was going to WOW, so he told me, whenever we spoke about spiritual things, whatever he says God, I would call universe. And it was just the same kind of this entity, this energy that we were talking about. And then I started going to WOW. That was like the third time that I tried to come to WOW. First time because I was organizing parties and I wanted to sell tickets to everyone at WOW. Because I
came
heard,
in for the reasons of
the world.
the
reasons of the world.
Absolutely.
And then I remember Roshit Pereira, a good friend. He was playing the drums, and he just like pointed straight at me and was like, "You are born to worship, and God is telling you this and I was just like completely sold out, because to me, church WOW gave me it made me realize what a church should be.
Yeah.
And it's just this bunch of people always concerned about you reaching your fullest potential without any judgment, or, and it's a family. I mean, obviously we fight as a family, we have disagreements as a family, and we make up, but like just one goal is like, to further the word of God and also achieve our fullest potential. And
with the people of this nation.
with the people, and 15 years later, like still here, worshipping in the band, and so we're doing some original stuff as well.
So you're producing some original Christian music.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really like just Christian music, right? It's
this.
What defines Christian music? Like that's where I don't understand it sometimes, because I could take a song by Seal, and I could be like, I could see God in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I could just replace it in my head, but it's been categorized
Yes.
by I would say mainstream churches
Yes.
around the world. But what, in your opinion?
I don't like really draw a line between music and Christian music, because I feel like I have been given the talent to create music by God. So whatever I create is by God, right? And like we have sung like secular music in WOW. Like we sang like Get Lucky one day, right?
Yeah.
It's just to like, it's just the spirit of just like excellence, the spirit of just like joy, and like whatever it is, because it's nothing from the outside defiles a man. It's what comes out of the man that defiles him, right? So you can just take anything that you want, but Christian music per se is there's an organization that governs Christian music in America. I can't remember the name of it, and they basically distribute all music to churches. And if one of your songs gets played, in a church, you get paid, right?
Okay.
So that's how it works.
Okay.
So then it's just like the music industry. A song gets taken up, and then there's like another 100 songs that come exactly like it.
Yeah.
And then somebody tries something different, and then that works, and then everyone's like, okay, let's do something like this. Right.
Interesting.
So Christian music is just basically right now is what people play in churches. And then there are Christian artists who, it's just self definition, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, you don't have like, for us when we come to WOW, we're just like we're always talking about how the Spirit is in us, right? So whatever we do, however we do it, it's still the presence of God is in us, right?
Yeah.
And then we don't have to use the word Jesus or Christ or Holy Spirit or anything like that, but just our heart can really give hope to somebody.
Yeah.
And that hope could like, that our spirit can like resonate with their spirit.
Yeah.
And that person could have an experience.
Absolutely.
Right. And then whatever music I do, if whatever music you do, like anywhere, whatever creation that you create, if you put the intention of like the life-changing energy that's inside you into your work, then lives will change.
Yeah.
In anything that you do.
I love that.
Yeah, so there's no like, coming back to your question, what is Christian?
No, I mean it's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Because it might feel like, oh, that's what Christian music is when they listen to it. For others, it's like it doesn't feel like something that they can connect to, when they can connect to something like, you got to show me love.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna be like, oh, that's more worship for me.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you're producing some new music.
Yeah,
as well. And so
music.
when will we be, since we're on the Spotify platforms, when we will be
we
able to
are
see that?
still in the planning stage, and want to get like the this is coming out in June. So
This is recorded in real time.
So I want to get the entire band into my studio and have this thing called the writing camp.
Okay.
Where we write and record music then and there, like real time. There's no like, oh, write your songs beforehand and come back. We just get together, put our creative minds together, get with the Holy Spirit, and just like do some music.
Nice.
And that is basically gonna happen very soon.
Yeah.
I feel the energy in this idea. I feel like God in this idea, and I'm just like really looking forward to it, and like everyone's kind of just like on the same page. And I mean, we like from WOW, we just like put out this life-changing groundbreaking word, right? And then our music should reflect it as well.
Absolutely.
And so that's what's to expect.
Nice. Awesome. All right. So so far, just for now though, until that comes out on Spotify, we've got Shut Up and Kiss Me under SankhaB, and we got
like a lot of
we got a lot of good hits.
Anuragan, we have stuff that I did with Hibshi.
Yeah.
Just type my name.
SankhaB.
Yeah.
SankhaB on Spotify, and people will they won't regret it, because it's great stuff, man. There's a lot of emotion, good energy, good vibes in your music, and I think a lot of people really do enjoy it. And I think the mainstream definitely knows that
Yeah,
for sure.
that's awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here, man.
Oh, no
Thank you for
problem.
being on the podcast
Thank you
and
for
sharing
having
your
me.
knowledge and also fixing our audio.
Yeah.
Nervous laugh.
Reduce the mids.
Yeah, exactly. Reduce the mids. Well, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you listen to us on Spotify. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube and subscribe. And hopefully we'll do this again sometime.
Yeah, man, we should totally do it.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Just like make a song live one day.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be so dope. Next one for sure.
Yeah.
Music live.
Peace.